Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. This is my second attempt at the video because seemingly the first one didn't have sound. I completely didn't check it. My apologies. This evening we are talking about my visit to the butchers. I went to the local butchers again today and I spent a grand total of £24.41. So let me show you what I bought. I got some mince and stew. Now they were, I basically asked for £1, which is about half a kilo. So this is £1 of mince. Now that was, well, roughly 448 grams of mince actually, at £14.48 a kilo. So that was £6.49 I paid for the mince. I also got diced steak. Now it's £17.20 a kilo, so it's the most expensive thing I bought. It was 488 grams, so that's the stew, and it was £8.39. I then got beef sausages. Now what I did was I got 6 of them. It says hello, basically because that's 3 meals. So Kathleen and I can have sausages one night and there's a spare to go in the freezer. And saying that, they're all just going to get cooked tomorrow, but I'll tell you more about that in a second. The sausages are £11.91 a kilo, and so these 6 sausages cost me £3.53. However, not the cheapest thing I bought. And I also got some unsmoked back bacon. Now, when they asked how much, I was like, about that much. So, it's basically what I got, about that much. So we have that, and one of the reasons I've bought that, although Kathleen is using bacon more because she's upping her protein, I am finding that I'm really hungry by lunchtime at work. So I'm presuming the toast and jam is not doing it. So I'm thinking if I have a bacon toastie tomorrow, we'll see how I feel at lunchtime. And that will let me know the difference. But the bacon, as I say, £14.98 a kilo. That was 342 grams for £5.12. And the cheapest thing I bought was the bone. I asked if there's any bones for the dog, and what they have is marrow fat bones at £2 a kilo, so that cost me 88p. They keep them in the freezer though, so that is defrosting for Callie. She can have that tomorrow when after Kathleen goes to work, before I come in. Because I think Kathleen's on a late, so she'll start the back of 3. I'll be in the back of 5, so the dog can have that to keep her occupied. So yeah, that's what I did today. I mean, as you can see, it's a Wednesday. This seems to now be a Wednesday thing because it's my half day at work. And today I had the car in for service because we're taking it down to Ayr in a couple of weeks to go to the caravan we've booked. So I thought, right, I need to get it serviced because I haven't had it serviced since I bought it. And so I dropped the car off. Patrick and I went for lunch. Then we stopped at the butcher's and got that, which I left in Patrick's car. She very kindly brought out to me after I'd got home. Bless him. Thank you, Patrick. So, but for £24, I'm thinking that is not a bad haul. Now, if we work it out, we know there's 3 meals from the sausages. There's 4 meals from the mince and 4 meals from the stew, possibly more. But if we go for 4, so that's 8 for the mince and the stew, 3 from the sausages, and say another 1 from the bacon, because we could do bacon with stuff, for £24. So that's roughly about £2 per portion for the meat, which is sort of in the back of my head going, that's pretty expensive. But then depending on what it tastes like, how far it goes, I need to balance it out and I need to work it out first. So we'll cook this up. What I'm going to do is, well, what I've already done, because I didn't realise the first video didn't have sound. I have the triple slow cooker, as some of you know. I've already put the dried veggies in there. So they sit there overnight. So tomorrow morning, when I come down, I'm going to put the sausages, the mince and the stew into the slow cooker, put it on low because I leave at 8 in the morning and get in at 5:30. So I'll put it in the slow cooker and Kathleen can check it. She leaves the back of 3. So she can check it before she goes to work and either leave it on for me coming in or switch it off. But that just means that tomorrow morning, all I'm doing is taking the meat out of the fridge, putting it in the slow cooker, done and dusted. And that is, what, like 12 meals pre-prepped. So that, depending on the weather, depending on what we want, we just take it out of the freezer and it's ready to go. So that is a huge bonus for us. And really, considering I had budgeted £50 a week to feed 2 of us, that's a lot more than we need for the week. And it's approximately half the budget. So, 12 meals, you're talking, that's nearly 2 weeks meals there. So budget-wise, you could probably say I've spent £12 out of the £25 budget. That's not actually too bad. I can live with that. So as I say, the biggest thing though is, how is it going to cook up? How's it going to taste? Are we going to be able to taste the difference? I know that with the farm mince and stew, we definitely were able to taste a difference, not just in flavour, but in texture as well. So we'll see how we go with this. But yeah, that's my Wednesday. So now I would say I'm off to make a cup of tea, but I've already had the cup of tea. I am going to go and I will catch you later.